millions of dollars worth of gold right now. And on today's video, we're gonna go get some. We're up on Vancouver Island right now. I'm here with Andy Thrax Mining, and we are working his claims. He's got a big excavator, we're feeding a trommel, it's washing down through the sluice, and we're catching all that good, fine, nuggety gold he's got up here. He's gonna let me in the machine, I'm gonna run it a little bit. I am so excited. And be sure to check out Andy's channel. I'll leave a link in the description below, and I'll also leave a link at the end screen so you can check him out. He's doing some really, really cool stuff here and getting a lot of gold.
What we got here is your main feed hopper, and this is a shaking deck. There's offset weights in there, and so you feed the material into the top, and the spray bars are rinsing it and washing it and breaking it up. And then as it comes across the grizzlies, you know, your main 2" minus goes through into the hopper. The big cobble comes off. And then so after that, then all of your 2" minus comes into the trommel, where it just gets ground up and chewed up. And it's actually really impressive how well this trommel scrubs, because like most trommels actually have a angle to them to help convey the material through, but this is a flat trommel.
Oh yeah.
And it relies on it, once the volume of gravel inside it builds up, it just naturally forces it out. Then everything drops through into this under basin here, and
this is the money part.
That's right.
This is where all the magic happens.
The pay zone.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it all collects there and then is discharged into the sluice. This is 32" wide sluice by 10 feet long, and we're running 500 gallons per minute through the plant.
500 gallons a minute, and that comes out of these two pumps across the pond.
That's right. We need two 3" gas pumps to supply that water, and with that volume we can process 30 yards an hour quite comfortably.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. So we're gonna put the material through this today.
Yeah. Even if we run 60 yards today, it should only take 2 hours.
Wow. So we're gonna move a lot of dirt.
Yeah. Have a lot of sand and finer material in the top gravels, and then but still gold, and it's quite gray and almost even a blue hue to the sand. You can kind of tell it's very rinsed, no organics, it's very clean. And then as you go down, it just starts to get more and more mineralized. You'll get rusty red, very deep red, and blacks. It appears to be about ½ gram a yard. I think anything more than $15 a yard, we are doing really well for profitability here. With about ½ gram a cubic yard, when we were washing to between 30 and 50 yards a day, I'm getting a ½ ounce a day. Big gold mine standards, that's probably peanuts. But for us, and with the prices of gold right now, that's about $1,300, $1,400 a day. That is just fabulous. It only cost me 100 to 120 bucks each day to get that. Okay, there's Jason's first scoop going in. Like a pro. What an epic day. Such a good day.
It's tricky.
It's so tricky.
I feel like I'm gonna dump it right up on your eccentric there.
Yeah, I know, eh?
Yeah, you gotta get kind of used to where it's going.
You got perfect placement right now. That is perfect. Digging into some really nice virgin ground there. All right, so we're mining away. I think we're at about 1.5 hours. Jason is doing fantastic. It is just so cool to be here with other people mining. It's so fun. I think one of my favorite parts about Jason is that he's a candy guy like me. So he's literally got milk duds in his pocket while he's sluicing. You see him chewing away on them, and he's just eating caramel chocolates and sluicing. Like, I respect the hell out of that.
Well, we've had a little bit of a breakdown here. The excavator is out of commission. Unfortunately, we're not sure what's wrong with it either. Might be a fuel filter.
Maybe the air filter or something. It's done this same thing before. Yeah. But it's stuttering and yeah, it won't fire up now. So.
Well, let me show you the hole and where we ended up, and then we'll get this stuff cleaned up. All right, Andy, here's our hole. So how much do you think we moved here today?
It looks like we only maybe, you know, we didn't get that much, did we? Maybe 20 yards or something, 30 yards there?
20, 30 yards, okay.
It's kind of hard to tell, but it really buffs out as you dig it up.
Yeah.
But you can really see the virgin stuff that we're into, and we were just really getting down to that good cream down there.
Right down here, yeah.
At the very bottom, you can see it gets a little grayer, a little more, I don't know what's in it that makes it gray like that.
Yeah, it almost looks more gravelly down there. Maybe that's just the water, but...
Yeah, the water's kind of washing it a bit.
Yeah. And you think you were getting close to bedrock because of this water in the hole here?
I think so. Like the water trickles in around the bottom 2 feet or so. So we were getting close. We should have seen clay if we were down to the bedrock, but we haven't yet. So that's all we can do. We'll clean out and see what we got for gold.
That's where we're at. Cool. Sounds good. We got our first peek here. And I think we see some gold. Right there. Is that what we're looking at?
Yeah.
Is that gold?
And in there too, there's a bunch of little pieces.
Oh, nice.
That is a nice little chunk right there.
Is that considered a picker?
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, look at there. Nice piece.
Really jagged and not super jagged, but nice and asteroidy. That's what I call it.
I remember seeing that one go in. I think that was my piece.
Oh, yeah. It was on the tip of the scoop.
Yeah, I saw it before it dropped in. Nice. That's a nice piece. But man, it's a beautiful little plant. I mean, perfect for one guy, one operator, single operator.
Thank you so much. It's incredibly gratifying to see it run and to feed it, like, because it could have been the biggest, you know, mess up of my life. Building it and engineering it myself. It's like, for the most part, other than subtle alterations, it hasn't missed a beat for the whole season. That's
nice.
It's really a good feeling to just see it happen.
And how long have you been working like on this specific project with this machine?
We were totally soaked out during the winter. I was hoping to go through the winter and get a real good head start, but it was just too wet, so I couldn't actually get here till about just the end of April. So basically all of May, June, July. So 3 months, 3.5 months. Okay. Solid.
And so you built this over the winter, this machine?
Yeah, last year, over the summer of last year, while trying to get a new excavator, or a good excavator, and then we were able to get up here as late as October of last year. And we started stripping, but the heavy rain and the snow came, and I just couldn't move the soil around anymore. It was just, I was surrounded in puddles and water, and it was like I was sitting on a little peninsula just surrounded in water. It was just too dangerous and no good for the environment, so we just put it away for 2 months there, December, January, and February, and March, I guess, too. I had to take a real good break that I could have been getting a head start, but that's been a part of the struggle, is I couldn't get back out till mid-April, 3rd week of April or so.
Yeah, okay.
But then we really started hammering it, and we've been pulling out some really good gold. And the thing I tell everybody is, like, for years now, I've been talking about gold weight in grams. And it's a really satisfying thing to be able to start talking about it in ounces.
How much you've recovered this summer, and ounces and ounces instead of grams.
I can talk about it in ounces now as opposed to grams.
This is it. This is our top mat. I'm getting it washed down, washing all the stuff down into that tub.
Look at that.
Oh, lead.
Lead shot.
Wow.
That'll be from some of the surface stuff.
Yeah.
Found lots of lead here. Like this top 2 feet's just full of lead. Like there was a bullet maker living here or something.
Really? Nice stuff. Very cool. Yes. Love it. Here we go. This is our sluice cons. We're going to start panning it out here. See what we get. Well, there's kind of our first reveal of our first pan.
I'm just going to kind of keep cleaning stuff up as...
Sure.
I'll come help you, but I'll try to put everything away first.
Here's our snuffer bottle. This is everything from that first mat. Andy and I panned this out. We've got 3 more mats, but I just don't have enough time to get them all clean. So let's see what we got here. Look at that. Always nice to see gold in the pan. So what do you think there? Is that, how much would you estimate that is? And I was telling everybody, this is just the first mat. We've got 3 more to clean out.
It is looking, it's probably 5 grams, maybe 7 grams or something like that.
Okay.
Maybe not quite.
Well, if it's 5 grams at, what is it Canadian? $75 a gram? 80 bucks a gram?
82 bucks a gram right now, I think.
Okay, that's $400 worth.
Yep, not bad. When we only really, we weren't feeding like full tilt. We were messing around with the machine and it was doing some things. And
you had a new operator?
And just like, filming and getting the shots, we probably didn't put that much through.
Yeah.
So definitely really nice to see that. And,
And we didn't make it to bedrock either.
That's right. We were just kind of getting
going.
Started,
and then we didn't quite, we lost our machine there.
And then that's actually the nugget trap as well, which we could have added into that. But
yeah, that could get added in. So another, 0.2, 0.3 grams there.
Yeah.
So nice. Not a bad little day. And I don't know what we got left in those other mats. That'll be interesting to see if you clean them up separate. Well, that's it for us today. We had a great day. I had a lot of fun here with Andy, running his excavator, feeding his wash plant. We got some really nice gold. I'm gonna let Andy clean up the rest of the stuff, and he's gonna send me some film and some footage with the final amounts from our day 1 of cleaning.
Here it goes. This is just what's out of the first mat that we cleaned up there. There it is, 5.6 grams. All right, there's the rest of the concentrates from Jason's day with me at the mine, and we're gonna wash it in this little wash plant. This is my miniature cleanup trommel, and it's super cool because it runs off one single motor, which runs the water pump, which turns a gear reducer, which rotates the trommel and drives this drive shaft, which jigs this sluice side to side so you can use lower water volumes, as well as that drive shaft comes down here to a tailings auger so that you can dewater your auger, so then you can keep that reservoir of water in there and just fire it up every time you need it. So I'm able to just come home from the mine, set the clean out the mats, set the tub down in front of it here, and then it takes about 10 to 15 minutes to wash one batch of concentrates. And then see your motors going, and then this is the clutch. The jigging sluice works incredible for just keeping any bigger rocks just toppling so that they move on out. Okay, so I've finished feeding the plant. Now we just shut her down, like so. And you can look in here for any nuggets. Haven't found any yet. You always usually see them in the big sluice box on the mine site, but this is your last place to double check for nuggets. This and the tailings auger and that's all concentrate, pure concentrate from the main sluice. That's what we sent Jason home with. That and the concentrate out of my little teeny cleanup sluice. All right, I fed it all through. Okay, there's what's left. That's what got past the first mat that Jason and I panned together on the mine. I'll weigh it up after it's dry. It's nice though. It goes to show that first mat really does catch a lot. This is the gold that got past So 0.4, and we'll add that to the 5.66 that he got. Brings us up to 6 grams, just over 6 grams exactly. And we, you know, all in all, barely mined any ground at all. It was just a good fun day. I think we were running for around 2 hours. I can't remember, but we had a lot of messing around to do, and it was kind of slow digging. So there it is, Jason. Thanks so much for coming out. We mined 6 grams together, and I had a ton of fun.
This is going to be part 1 of a 2-part series. Andy's going to give me some of his concentrates that he's cleaned up in the past, but there still might be some gold in them. And so I'm going to take that stuff back to my shop, run it through my shaker table, and see if I can recover any more fine gold from Andy.
I just want to thank Jason so much for coming, man. Thank you. It was just the funnest day ever, just feeding the plant with you and showing you some of the gold that we're getting here. And you're welcome back anytime, man.
Awesome. Cool. Well, thank you. I had a blast. It's really fun to see a placer operation. I don't get to spend a lot of time on placer ground, so this was super, super cool. Thank you for having us out. And be sure, viewers, to check out Andy's channel. I'll leave a link down below and an end screen here so you can check it out. But be sure to check out his stuff because he's got a lot more videos, finding a lot more gold and running his wash plant. So thanks everybody for watching, and we'll see you on the next video.